Hey, Bougie Gang, what's going on? What are y'all eating for lunch? What's lunch, y'all? What's the tea about lunch? What's going on? I treated myself to a number 8 from Jersey Mike. If you know, you know. Oh my God. Number 8, no bacon, Mike's Way, extra vinegar. Boom. Okay, Shauna, period. Peachy Bama, what's going on? Okay, you guys, question. Okay, I got a question. You guys, all right, Peachy Bama, Busy, Butterfly, hey boo-boos, Gangstars, here first, okay? What's going on? Okay. Yesterday, a couple of you guys have been in my DMs concerned about Passion Moon. Who is Passion Moon? Hold on. Passion is the lady. Hold on. Passion is the lady who was accused of stealing $2 million worth of stuff, girl, and stuff dough. To embezzling. She is accused of embezzling roughly about 2 million from her job. Okay. When the police went over to her house, I think everybody from here, there to everywhere across the globe was like, and she's a fucking hoarder. Okay. Yes. We talked about it. I shared the link. It's in the playlist and everything. And I don't know. I ended up getting from the DeKalb, Illinois. I don't think it's DeKalb there. I think they call it DeKalb. Like we did, like DeKalb Avenue in New York, and isn't DeKalb in Brooklyn? I have a whole narrative. I don't know if I ever really read it. Maybe I read part of it. But yesterday I posted this and it seemed like maybe I didn't read the whole narrative, but she's supposed to be going to court in October finally. Cuz look at the date of the cam. 5/25/23. I think she became like viral maybe a year later. And the whole situation, cuz the damn hoarder ass house, all the shit she bought, and she had the dogs in the fucking cages. Her husband was trying to file for a divorce against her. It's just a damn mess, right? Anyway, I don't know. We'll do that one day this week, okay? She is going to court. I think her court date is set for October 15th. Allegedly, that is maybe supposed to be the beginning of trial. They got a continuance in May. So anyone who's asked me about it, I might have posted this in members. Yes. If you asked me about this, there was a continuance filed in May of 2025. And the next court date, which is a trial status, but I think they'll probably end up setting the court date then. October 15th. So trial could be coming soon. They have prolonged it long enough. It's been over 2 years now. I don't know if she thinks that people are gonna forget about what she did, but the company that's out of $2 million, I'm sure is not forgetting anytime soon, what occurred. And, that's a lot of money for a $2 million is a lot of money for anybody. If you have a small company, $2 million. I was just watching a story yesterday about a veterinary practice where there was some lady who got her damn kitchen redone, bought a car, all kinds of shit from a veterinary practice where she stole like $600,000 and had nerve to be mad because she lost her job. It's like, you're over there acting like you're the damn the veterinarian. Like, did you go to veterinary school? Did you open a business? Like, what is, you work there to pay the bills and help manage money, and you're helping yourself to the point where now bills are not being paid and they finally notice. I could not imagine having somebody so immersed in my books that I don't know what's going on. That's number one. But I'm not trying to blame the victims, but far be it from me that I would be so far removed from my money that you would be able to run off with damn $600, okay? Much less 600,000, but this, like, it's just a mess. Anyway, but Passion is going to court soon. The trial will be starting soon. So maybe we'll do a quick kind of, yeah, we'll do a Passion catch up, see if we can find her on social media, see what's going on with old Passion while she's waiting. Did they get the divorce? I think the divorce was canceled. Um, Girl, and I think because I posted like 5 shorts before I went live, I think I ran out of uh notifications, but that's okay. You guys will come back on the replay. So this is what we're here to watch right now. This, ooh, man, would you cut it out? Girl. Somebody was walking down the street. He literally like almost jumped in my lap. If you okay. Has she been incarcerated the whole time? No, she's out on bond. Speaking of incarcerated the whole time, enter Darnell Jones. He is the alleged father of Keimani Latiguie. I've looked through almost his whole entire case. I have not seen any like DNA testing that where they have verified that this was her actual father or not, because the mother said that she was not sure if Darnell was the father. It was between him and a couple of other guys, but this is the guy who has been alleged to have murdered Keimani Latiguie a few months ago. I've got a playlist. So if you're not familiar with the Keimani Latiguie murder, um, it's coming soon, and this is going to be potentially a death penalty case in the state of Ohio. He qualifies for capital murder, but the problem is that when he was arrested in Columbus, he was on the lam. He took off. This guy's not going to get bail because he became a fugitive, cut his hair, everything, trying to evade the police. They ended up shooting him because he was reaching for a weapon, and he's not really able to walk. He's not paralyzed, but his foot is messed up. Anyway, back to Passion real quick. She's out on bond. She's been out on bond. I'm sure she's probably got some sort of community supervision, but she's out. She's got a small child and whatever. Um, she met the criteria for bond, so she's not in jail. I'm sure had she been in jail, she would have wanted to expedite the matter, but no, she's out. So Darnell had court yesterday. He's going back to court on Friday. Right now at issue is some information from Child Protective Services. What the relevancy is of that, I'm not really sure. I think CPS did do a DNA test to validate whether he really was her father. I mean, I'm not going to say it doesn't make a difference because it's a murder case. So whether he's her father or not, I think it's just, it's probably, it would be relevant, I would imagine. Maybe like if it was like an aggravating factor. I don't know if, like a father killing their own child. I'm not really sure, but I know that it's been up for debate whether he's her dad or not. So hopefully they will get that straightened out at some point before the trial starts. I'm sure if they haven't done it already, it just might not be showing in the records that I can see. Um that's who she knew is her father. Yeah, but my point, I'm just talking about legally. As her father, yes, that's the person who was out front as her father and makes it just all the more egregious, whether a DNA proves it or not. But I don't know what the legalities are, but people throw that out. So I don't know. It's not an issue for me. It's the murder for me. Whether he's her biological father or not, it's still absolutely heinous what happened, right? So but just to kind of speak to that, because somebody will ask every time I do a Darnell update, somebody always asks, have we found out for sure if that's her dad or not? um no, but he's confessed to, uh the acts, but he still pled not guilty. So I don't know why, but we'll figure it out. Anyway, let's get into it. This is not very long at all. But they were arguing some records from CPS, and I think they're coming back on Friday. It looks like the next court date is Friday. So there's going to be some more pretrial Friday. It's winding up, and he wants to stay within his speedy trial. And they're trying to get him in within the 100 days of him being charged. So it's quite possible we could see him getting scheduled for his trial before the end of the year. I think that's kind of the goal. Um, Now, the fact that he can't walk and he's got a medical condition, he's on some psychiatric medications, he's taking pain medications. You'll hear the judge asking him about that because I think they're trying to determine um, if he is okay to stand trial for a capital offense, because if they're going to put him to death, I think they would want to make sure that he's like of sound mind and body. Now, I think they did their psych evaluations. He's on psychiatric medications. I don't know what's going to happen with this, but I think obviously it would just be the difference of whether it's a capital case and it's death penalty qualified, and also death penalty on the table versus not. So death penalty is on the table right now, and they have motioned to have it taken off the table, but it's still on the table at the moment. So you'll hear more talk about that as time goes on. So anyway, let's get into it. This was yesterday. Okay.
It looks good. Yeah, yeah. You've done a little something different with it. I like it.
One thing you guys are going to notice in the gallery, at first I thought that was Dorothy Latiguie, Keimani's grandmother. You'll see in just a second. These might have just been some people from the Facebook, YouTube streets. I don't know. It's definitely not Keimani's mother. And at first I wasn't sure if that was Dorothy Latiguie or not. Towards the end, the camera's gonna zoom in on the three ladies, and it doesn't appear to be Dorothy Latiguie. And it's like, not that her family has to show up all the time, but I don't think her family has really been present for any, like, to be standing kind of in the gap for Keimani.
Yeah.
Girl. Now, I thought the lady in the middle was Dorothy Latiguie. I don't think that's her. It kind of could be her, but I don't think that's Dorothy Latiguie now. But you see, but there was Portia, hush. There was an interview that I saw with a couple of ladies who were there for, yeah, that's how they're looking at him, right? They're looking at him like, I'm gonna beat your ass, okay? I don't know. I don't know who any of the people are. I wouldn't even be able to begin to guess, like, face wise, who these people are. But you'll see even better at the end. But yeah, Just remember, if you guys decide to ever go to court and you got cameras there, they will look towards the end, baby. They gave them their moment. Look at this. Like, oh, you gonna be the only two to show up to court? So getting to see this view, it's definitely not Dorothy Latiguie. Now, who the people are, I do not know. Like I said, I think they might be from the Facebook, YouTube streets. I'm sure if you happen to watch this video and you are one of these people, holla at us and let us know. Come talk to us because I like to find out from you how your experience was going to court and are you there every single time? All of the things. So yeah. Okay.
You've done a little something different with it. I like it. Yeah, it's a new product. Yeah.
No, they have not charged Dorothy Latiguie. No, they have not. Yeah, the lady in the dark blue could, but it's not her. That's not her.
Yes.
CR 25-054A, State of Ohio versus Darnell Jones. Mr. Jones is present today with his counsel, Mr. Lucas, and Ms. Eisenberg. The court was made aware that Ms. Gronis is in trial today and will be unavailable to be here. Mr. Lucas, we have a couple of things to cover today. One is a brief discussion on what you've captioned defense motion number 6 regarding the civil services subpoena. Mr. Daly is present for the state on that matter. You've also filed defense request number 7 to be held ex parte in camera, which we will do the second part of this morning's.
We would be doing that in chambers, right?
Correct.
Okay, all right, yeah.
But as far as just preliminarily looking at the motion number 6 and Ms. Baronis' inability to be here, I want to make sure that Mr. Jones is okay with that.
Absolutely. Yeah, please ask. Yeah.
Mr. Jones?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Baronis, rather, is in trial. In fact, she'll be in trial right across the hall from me later today on a major case, so she's unavailable today. However, you do have Mr. Lucas and Ms. Eisenberg here with you at the council table. I know you talked with them when you came in. Are you satisfied going forward today with the assistance of Mr. Lucas and Ms. Baronis or Ms. Eisenberg without Ms. Baronis?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And in point of fact, Mr. Lucas.
So the guy in the suit next to Mr. Lucas or Clucas, that's his lead attorney. And then there's another lady, and then you'll see there's another lady at the table, and one is out today. So basically the judge is clearing with Darnell if he's okay with moving ahead without his second chair attorney. And he's just confirming. I think what you'll notice is with these hearings with Darnell, because this is a death penalty eligible case, they are crossing all their T's and dotting all of their I's. And this seems to be like a nice judge anyway, but this is one of these judges that is very meticulous about, are you okay with that? How are you feeling today? Do you understand? Did you get a chance to read it? Would you mind signing that, please? Like, very much super duper meticulous and very just really making sure that Darnell is in the know about everything that's going on. And because the appeals happen when mistakes happen. That's how they'll get a conviction overturned and things like that. So it just seems like this judge is being very, very careful to ask all of the appropriate questions and to check in and making sure that nothing is missed.
I noticed, at least with defense motion number 6 regarding the subpoena, that it was you who signed the certification of service, so can I presume that it was you who drafted the motion?
You can presume that, yes, I did. I wrote it, yeah.
Okay, so there's no prejudice to your client, Ms. Bronis, not being here. In other words, she didn't do all the work on it.
That was me, yep.
So you guys know he got shot. G&A, he got shot when they were apprehending him in Columbus. I think he got shot in his stomach, in his leg, and something else. He got fucked up, basically. Maybe his foot is messed up. Maybe it could be they shot through a nerve in his leg, but he said he's going to talk about it in a second. The judge is going to ask him what his current condition is, and he's going to talk about it. So I'll let him say it, but basically he overall feels much better. And he's doing physical therapy as assigned by the doctor, but he says he doesn't really have a lot of control over his foot. So he needs a walker. I don't know if he has a walker or not. It sounds like he does it. Maybe he uses one in physical therapy, but I don't know. I don't know what they got him doing in the actual jail, but he says that he's been confined to his cell a lot because his mobility is limited.
Okay. Sorry. Mr. Jones, I see that, once again, you're still in the wheelchair. We're going to get together Friday morning and have a bit of a longer conversation, but just for today's purposes, how are you feeling?
All right.
All right. When we were together last time, I think you told me that your legs, the nerves were starting to get activated again, and
Yeah, it's still going.
pardon me?
It's still going.
Is it? What's the pain level like?
It's not like, it's mainly at nighttime, like when I try to lay down and go to sleep.
Tough to get in a comfortable position?
Yeah, even sitting in this chair, but for some reason it's going cool for now.
Good. Are you taking any medications?
Yes, still pain meds, psych meds.
Are you able to understand me?
Yes, sir.
You're able to communicate with your attorneys?
Yes, sir.
Lucas, are you confident that your client is able to communicate with you effectively?
I am, Judge.
That's good to hear. And as far as your therapy, physical therapy goes, I think Mr. Lucas told me that
I do it
Dr. gave you
myself.
some things to do on your own, right?
Yeah.
And are you doing those things?
Yes, sir.
What helping?
It's mainly the foot, so like right now I can't control the foot going up and down. That's kind of really the only thing that's stopping me from walking.
Oh.
So like if I had a walker, I'd walk behind that, which I just started using a walker not too long ago.
Okay.
So
It sounds like it's improvement, but it's slow.
I mean, if you can't control your foot going up and down, you can't walk. If you got one good foot, I guess you can drag the other one, but just think about if you had no control over your foot. Yeah, it's like, sir, you messed up. So that's going to just be the unfortunate circumstances of a whole entire shitstorm you unleashed on yourself and other people when you decided to murder this young lady. So, I don't think anybody really feels sorry for him. You just going to have to do the damn thing in the wheelchair.
yeah, it's mainly the feet. If I can't control the feet, it's like they just dangle.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to briefly, in the courtroom, address defense motion number 6, which is a motion to issue subpoena to produce records. Mr. Daly, as I mentioned, is here on behalf of the state. Mr. Daly, do you know if your victim representative here is here today? I see 3 people in the gallery today. I don't know if either one of them.
Your Honor, I'm unaware. I'm here on behalf of Lucas County Children's Services as a member of the Civil Division of the Prosecutor's Office. I have not had any communications with the Criminal Division concerning this case. So I would be unaware if they had spoke with victims' assistants.
I'd ask the ladies in the back of the courtroom. There are only 3 of you in the entire courtroom this morning. Are you with?
How embarrassing. There's only 3 of you in the courtroom. Can you tell us who you are? Again, they are having another proceeding on Friday. This was something to iron out something with Child Protective Services, but it's kind of funny because these these ladies showed up. They're probably from the YouTube or Facebook streets, and the judge is like, who are you? Not to say that they can't be in there, but I guess he just wants to make sure. But I mean, anybody from social services, I'm sure, would have came and sat in the well to make sure that they were heard and acknowledge their presence if they had something to offer. These people are clearly spectators.
So I would be unaware if they had spoke with victims' assistance.
I'd ask the ladies in the back of the courtroom. There are only 3 of you in the entire courtroom this morning. Are you with the victim in the case? Are you here representing the victim in the case?
Yes.
Okay. The primary purpose for today was to conduct an ex parte in-camera hearing by the court of Mr. Lucas's motion. He called it, I think, motion number 7, regarding the appointment of expert witnesses. As we know, Criminal Rule 42 provides that when in a capital case, the defendant requests the assistance of experts, the defense can ask that be held privately with the court, so as not to tip your hand to the state and to the public essentially as well, the nature of the expert assistance you're seeking. However, since we have this number 6 and the motion number 6 and Mr. Daly here, I'd ask Mr. Lucas if he can briefly summarize what you want with your motion.
I don't think any additional summarizing is necessary. I think we put it in the motion that we wanted all of the records with respect to the principles listed in the subpoena. There have been a smattering of CSP records disclosed by the state. I don't know where they got, but they disclosed them to us. But it is clear to me that it is not the complete record. There is, we're making this in good faith. It is clear that there has been considerable CSP contact, not only through Mr. Jones's life, but recently involving the victim and some of the other people involved in this case. Given the potential utility of this information for both first phase and potential second phase utility, we are asking for it all. So I think that's what the motion said.
So, as I understand it, you were, by the terms of the motion itself, asking that the court put its imprimatur on your service of the subpoena. Mr. Daly, I think, indicated to the court, or was about to, that the subpoena has already been issued.
It has. The question, I think, here, even though it's already been issued, I think procedurally, even though it's already been issued and served, the state is still in a position, or somebody on behalf of CSV, to file a motion to quash before they actually have to comply with the subpoena. That's my understanding of the procedure. My further understanding is that the state is going to respond in writing this week. It was what I was told. And not that it really has any, that's any concern of Mr. Daly's, but there will be a follow-up to this directed to Cuyahoga County. I'm working through the Cuyahoga County logistics. A little bit bigger of a county, a little more bureaucracy. I want to do this as efficiently as I can, rather than just drop a subpoena on a giant agency like that. So there's going to be at least one more. But Mr. Daly indicated to me, he called after the motion was filed a couple of weeks ago and indicated that there was going to be a written response motion to quash. I would say to the court, there is one wrinkle in that motion that you don't always see, which is we want the disclosure to come straight to us rather than court review in camera. So with that change, I think the motion spells out what we're looking for, which is everything. That's the best approach in this kind of case, we think.
Mr. Daly?
Your Honor, I believe there are a couple of.
So you're going to hear him say something. They're trying to get some of these CPS records, and I'm not really. Obviously, we don't know what's in the CPS records, but apparently, there's got to be. They don't want to release. They're not forthcoming with these records. I'm not really sure why. maybe they don't feel like it's relevant. The child is deceased. Maybe he's not the father. I don't really know. I'm just saying maybe. I don't know. There's got to be a reason why they don't feel like they have to turn over everything, but they sent a lawyer to the hearing today to basically, I guess basically what he's saying is that they are willing to turn over some records, but all of the records, it was a no.
Things to address. First, the state did receive that motion. We did not receive, and by we I mean Lucas County Children's Services did not receive the actual subpoena until the following Tuesday. When those motions are filed with subpoenas that haven't actually been clerked and issued, the motions move until those are actually done. So the state intends to file a response, and the state believes its due date is tomorrow. So the state will have a motion to quash in by tomorrow. We have been in discussions with defense counsel. There are, quite frankly, thousands of pages that are going to be involved here, some of which are county records, some of which belong to other counties. I've made that clear to Mr. Lucas just to help expedite this process because, quite frankly, Lucas County can't turn over records that don't belong to us. Those are other counties' records that belong to them and the people that they protect. And I believe Mr. Lucas is working on those as he suggested earlier. In my response, of course, Lucas County Children's Services is going to object to handing over the records directly to defense counsel. We are going to be requesting that those matters be reviewed in chambers, in camera for relevancy, and then a protection order be placed over whatever records are then distributed to the parties to this case that are relevant to either phase of the proceedings.
Sorry, you mentioned, Mr. Daly, that the target records in Lucas County include within records from other counties, plural. Mr. Lucas just told me that about the Cuyahoga records that he is going to independently seek copies of, but are there other counties involved besides Cuyahoga?
I believe I learned that from Mr. Lucas, that he believes there might be a third county.
We're not 100% sure. We think there may be a third county that has some records, but I am not, we haven't confirmed that to the degree where I would want to go ahead and submit something for record. We know for sure there's another county, it's Cuyahoga. My suspicion is that if we get Lucas County records and Cuyahoga County records, we're going to have 90% of the records anyways. We think there may be a third county, and we think that it would be a small amount of material from that third county.
Do you know which county?
Not 100%.
Okay.
We think so.
Okay, well, I'll anticipate the filing of the motion to quash, and depending on where the state and the defense are on that, we have a more thoroughgoing pretrial set for this Friday, which is sort of our usual monthly, bi-monthly status pretrial. If you're prepared at that time to address this in more depth, I'd be happy to do that, or set a separate hearing because you may want to file a reply brief to his, or response brief rather, to his motion to quash.
Yeah, I want to look at it first. I don't want to swear that we'll have it in by the pretrial. I kind of have an idea as to what to expect, this not being the first time. So depending on what the content of the state's response is, we may have something in writing before Friday, and we'd be in a position to argue it.
This does bring to the court's attention another issue, and that is that the motion number 6 was filed August 28th, and as council may know, we have a new case management system. We were not advised of the filing of this motion until Friday, this past Friday. Through no fault of the defense and through no fault of the state, and I presume no fault of the county for the court. I'm simply going to be putting an order on the record, given the nature of this case, especially that whenever something is filed, just an abundance of caution to direct that the copy of that file be submitted.
We have been doing that all the way through. I mean, I believe Ms. Jagos if she said I didn't, but it would be a surprising oversight. I'm not 100% sold on the efficiency of the new filing system either. And I have made it a habit in all cases, not just this one, to go ahead and cover the courtroom, the criminal bailiff. So if we didn't do that, we apologize. I believe I have covered Ms. Jagos on everything that we have filed, so.
Well, no harm, no foul. I mean.
That's fine, yeah.
I will anticipate several more motions.
Yeah.
Throughout the pendency of this case.
Yeah. We'll cover, for sure.
Okay. Very good. Anything else that the state wanted to bring up today before you file a motion to quash tomorrow?
On behalf of Lucas County Children's Services, nothing, Your Honor.
And anything else?
No, not, only the ex parte. That's all we have left.
Very well. And then motion number 7, as I mentioned earlier, asks for a private ex parte, not off the record, but in chambers, conference regarding defendant's request for one or more additional experts, which under Rule 42E of the Rules of Criminal Procedure of Ohio, the court will grant, and we will do that in chambers. Is there anything else following that that needs to be on the record?
I don't believe so.
We will.
I think we can do the ex parte and then just reconvene Friday. I can't think of anything right now that can't wait till Friday.
Very good. We will do that now, and then as Mr. Jones, we talked about earlier, we have our status pretrial coming up this Friday morning at 9, and we'll be covering a lot more ground as we have in the past. I intend as well to have a draft agenda out, if not today, but tomorrow. Issues that we need to cover.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.
All rise.
Yes, I think they are the ladies from the Keimani crew. They are. I feel like I saw them in an interview. So let me just say this. Court's pretty much over. It's gonna go on for another, like the video is gonna go on. Okay, so there's the people representing, because the family damn sure ain't there. No offense to the family. I'm sure they all have to work and do all of those things, but if they want to make sure that justice is had for Keimani, hopefully they'll be able to show up at some point, you know, just to make sure. I think it makes a difference when the family shows up. So he's got court on Friday. This is a death penalty eligible case. So if they find him guilty, the judge can also assign a sentence to him of death. I'm wondering if his medical condition is going to have, you know, stand in the way of that potentially. So you'll just notice that the judge does ask him, like, every time they meet. There's been 1 or 2 hearings we haven't watched. I've got them in my playlist if you guys want to go back to them. But he's going to have court again on Friday. So, I mean, I think it's easy enough to get caught up. I will pay attention to see if they do file the motion to quash and why. But you heard the attorney for Children's Protective Services basically state that there are, you know, the records don't all belong to them. There are records they don't want to turn over because they're not all their records. They're records from Cuyahoga County, along with Toledo is Lucas County. So they're not turning over items that belong to another county. And furthermore, even the records that are for the county, they may not be privy to. And whatever they are privy to, on top of that, they want to put some sort of a protective order as to who will have opportunity to see them. So I was just reading in the record where it stated they filed like a motion for discovery regarding this, these CPS records. And, you know, they're saying that they feel like there might be material evidence in those records that can help with Mr. Jones's defense. But I don't know what about you. You know, he did say that that he killed her, allegedly. I feel like that's what was said, that he was on body cam and stated that. But whatever the case might be, what in the CPS records is going to be part of his defense? Maybe they're just going for, you know, in this type of situation, it might just be he could be just trying to be spared the death penalty. So maybe the goal isn't going to be freedom. Maybe the goal is not sitting on death row. I don't know. I'm sure we're going to find out. That's just what, you know, um, watching some of these cases, like in Florida, some of these murder cases, and basically people that, it's kind of already a foregone conclusion that they committed the murder. The goal of the attorney is sometimes to just save them from death row. So maybe that's what Clucas is trying to do. For Jones, I'm not really sure. We'll just have to stay tuned to find out. But I wanted to bring you guys this update, and shouts out to the ladies representing and supporting, because that's, I think these are probably people from the Keimani crew. So, shouts out to the people out there who support, through the internet, and, follow a case and want to show support for the victims specifically. Because, like I said, the family is not there. The mother's not there. I don't see the grandmother. I don't see that auntie that was, doing a lot of talking. I mean, I just can't imagine if, not showing up, if it's a once a month meeting, that you can't show up for an hour. Take your, everyone's jobs are different, but you know what I'm saying? I would almost think that that's something that could be covered in your family care time. If you've been with your job for a period of time, that you could probably get that in family care, which is, not necessarily paid time, but it's excused time for legal reasons, of which your job doesn't have to know all your business, but you can have that clear some people have very strict hourly jobs, and but the family is trash. Yes. Okay. I didn't want to, like, you guys can say certain things. I'm gonna read y'all's comments. And the family is very trashy. Yes. So they're not there. It's sad because you see some of these trials, and there's someone there from the family all the time, and I do believe that that makes a difference. So by the grace, these ladies are there. I don't know, the judge probably doesn't even know whether they're family or not, but there are people there who are representing for the victim, and that's good. That's very good. So shouts out to these three ladies who showed up. Mendable. The one with the scarf on her head, she does give. I'll pull up Dorothy Latiguie real quick so you guys can see, but neither one of these ladies are Dorothy. And look at the look on her face. She's definitely not there for no damn Darnell. Huh. Okay. Hold on. Let me look up Dorothy Latiguie, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. Girl, here's Dorothy. She does give a little bit of Dorothy Latiguie, but I don't think that's her. Hold on. This was when. Oh, why didn't that play? Hold on. This is the old. She looks like her, but I don't think that's her, y'all. Hold on.
On destination on emergency.
Yes, I'd like to make a police report.
Okay, what's the address?
Elm Street,
Okay, what kind of report?
a missing person.
Okay, what's your name?
Mine or hers?
Yours?
Dorothy.
Okay.
You calling 911 mad?
Latiguie.
It does look like her. Maybe it's the wig that's throwing me off, and why she didn't just say I'm the victim's grandmother. Like, hello.
Keimani.
Is this your daughter or son?
This is my granddaughter.
Okay, do you have custody?
I do.
Okay, how old is she?
13.
How long ago she's been missing?
To the best of my understanding, she's just been missing this morning. And I called her school and went up to her school, and they said she's not there.
What school does she go to?
Spring.
Do you remember? Did you see what she was wearing before she left?
No, she's usually going to school before I get home from work.
Okay. Is she black, white, or Hispanic?
She's black. She looks Hispanic.
Okay. And then what was her last name?
Latiguie.
Your phone number?
419.
Okay. Does she have a phone on her that you're aware of?
She does, and it's dead because it's going straight to voicemail.
All right. I'll be out. Then they'll be out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Bye. Here's on dispatch, not emergency.
All right,
Yes,
just
I like
a
it.
second. Oh man,
Like
there was
the
something
police
I wanted
report.
to click on that I saw. Oh, damn it. There's the no, this one.
To the new developments in the homicide of Keimani Latiguie. Tonight, the girlfriend of the murder suspect, Darnell Jones, is speaking out. He's accused of killing his 13-year-old daughter, Keimani Latiguie. Police found her
Where
body in
is
an
the
abandoned
mother?
home on Monday.
Jones' girlfriend telling.
Do you remember when he was sitting up there doing interviews and talking about he didn't know where Keimani was and da 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 da, and then damn turnout, he is the one allegedly who's responsible for everything. That just was like, you gotta fucking be kidding me. I gotta find the one with the interview with him. Is this him?
Lucas County now has 15 days to pick up Darnell Jones from Franklin County. He's the man accused of abducting and killing Keimani Latiguie.
He was scheduled to be arraigned on a felonious assault charge in Columbus this morning, but he didn't show up. Silver Barker was there, and she explains what happens now.
Well, we've been told from multiple sources that Darnell Jones is still not in good health. That's why he didn't appear in court today. Instead, the court has agreed no bond and wants Lucas County to proceed with charges there first. That includes a murder charge and abduction from removal. Now,
So the house is gone. You guys know that they demolished the house. It is gone. I put up a video. It might be in members, or I'm sure it's in the Darnell Keimani folder playlist that I have. But yeah, it looks. I mean, just the house is gone. It was dilapidated anyway. It needed to go because it would have ended up being a situation. It would have just been bad and it's dangerous. So they demolished the whole thing.
Removal. Now, the prosecuting attorney office says
That's when he got shot. If you guys hadn't seen that, the body cam videos on here too.
Does still
but
have
he was trying to play like it wasn't him. He cut off all his hair. He was walking down the street, and then he ends up getting shot. What the police say is that he had a gun in his pocket, in his hoodie pouch, and he was getting ready to either shoot through his sweatshirt or pull out his weapon, and they popped him like 3 times.
felonious assault charge. He'll have to face here in Columbus for allegedly shooting at an
Girl.
officer. I checked
They
in
took
with
him
Columbus officer
down.
Brian Steele, the president of the Fraternal Order of Police Local 9. Here's what he has to say.
So a couple things, and I talk about justice all the time, and everybody wants to see justice. And justice is not an outcome. Justice is a process. Sometimes the wheels turn slow. Had he have not been shot and injured, it would have been a little quicker. So obviously he is in the hospital. He's got to get healthy enough for him to be able to be moved. Again, I would move him personally right now if I had the power to do that. But it will eventually happen. He will be back there.
We'll be watching closely for Darnell's appearance in court and keep you updated when the time comes. Reporting in Columbus, Silver Barker, WTOL 11.
Okay, guys. So this is what I'm going to do. I want to play that interview that he did because it's just like, seriously, sir. He was sitting up there talking to the cameras and everything at the search parties for Keimani. Oftentimes these killers, and the bad guys are oftentimes playing right in our faces. So it's like you have to be super vigilant and always careful, because you really could have a killer in the mist, because there's some sort of thrill about being in the mist while people are in chaos trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Meanwhile, they know everything that's going on because they caused it. Anyway, but he'll be back in court on Friday. And if they file the motion to quash, I will let you guys know with an update and see what they're trying, specifically what they want to quash and what they are willing to offer to the defense. But it sounds like if they're filing a motion to quash, then they don't want any parts of it, and they're not trying to participate in giving any information. But as the attorney stated, if they do turn something over, it would be limited and protected. So anyway, guys, let me let you guys go. I will definitely come back. If there's something you want me to react to or something you think I need to know about, let me know. Otherwise, you guys have a good afternoon, and I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Okay. I'll see you guys later. Bye.